I got my man Jermaine Mickey from the very, very phenomenal group To the Extreme. I want you to take me back to 1993, brother, when you first heard yourself on the radio. What was that like?
Man, do we got enough time? um, man, I guess to make a long story short, because when I came in the group, they already had uh, To the Extreme form, but it was another name. And the person, it was actually four of us in the group. And when that person left, it became three of us. And that's when we changed the name to the Extreme. And man, it all started. Randy Gill, my cousin. Randy Gill, of course, Randy and Johnny are my cousins. Randy Gill, that's in our group, had an interview with one of our cousins that was here at a local radio station called PGC 95. And she had an interview, or she had a segment on the show. You know how you do celebrity, talk about what the celebrities are doing? She had that type of shit.
I got you.
So by her being kin to, Johnny and everybody, all of us being family, they always like to know what's going on with Johnny. So they invited Randy up there. So prior to that, we were doing our demo with Stacey Lattison's husband, Kevin. I can't even think of Kevin last. Kevin Jackson. At Night Flight Studios. So we were doing, we had already recorded Cry No More, and that was one of the songs that we recorded first. So, so we went up there, and you know how it is, man. We was listening to the tape on the way up to the station. So the other guy in the group, the extra, said, "Man, I'm gonna take this tape in the thing, in the radio station." So let me take you back a little bit.
Okay.
Prior to that, a couple of months ago, maybe, we did a thing here called the Home Jam, and it just, they showcase, local artists, up and coming artists, and we were on that show, and the DJ that interviewed us wasn't in the studio, so we did that. And he was like, okay, cool. So we left that pass. So when we go back to do this, make a long story short, Randy said, hey, well, I got my boys, and we're To the Extreme, we're an up-and-coming group. And they was like, well, sing something. So we was like, we sung Jodeci, Treat Him Like You Want to Be Treated. So everybody got called up in the studio like, man, that's Jodeci, that's Jodeci. It was like, nah, this is up-and-coming group To the Extreme. So after the interview was over, the guy that interviewed us for the Home Jam show was coming in for his spot on the radio, which is my good friend and OG in radio, Paco Lopez. So Paco was coming in for his spot for the radio, and he heard us coming in. So he was like, hey, man, I remember y'all from my Home Jam show. What y'all got going on? So we actually, he was like, yeah, man, well, we recording, we got a demo, we doing our thing and all that other stuff. So, he was like, okay, good, man. Y'all sound real good. So he said, I got to get ready for my show. So me and Randy decided to go, to leave out. We were going out to the exit. So Slick the Extra is in our group. He decided, no, I'm going to follow Paco to the back. So he followed Paco to the back. So he was like, Paco, man, I know you heard us on our Home Jam show. He said, but man, I need you to hear this. So Paco was like, man, I don't have time. He was like, man, I got, a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get prepared for the show. He was like, man, I just, just can you give me just a few minutes just to hear? Now, we've been playing Cry No More the whole time going up to the station. So the extra decided, how you rewind the tape back in the days? I don't know how old everybody is. You rewind the tape. So he rewind the tape back to the spot. So Papa said, hey, man, all right, okay, look, do me a favor. Put it in that cassette tape player over there and play it. So the extra, all right, cool. So he played it and it started. we wasn't in the room, so the extra goes, he said, man, play that again? And the vocals crying, no. He was like, oh my God, this is a hit.
Wow.
So he was like, man, this is a hit. We got to put this on the air. So the extra, in turn, because we was talking to some people down the hall, man, Randy, he said, Randy, Jermaine, come in. So Paco was like, can we play this now? And we was like, yeah, but we don't have the actual thing. He said, I need the DAT. Now, I don't know if you guys familiar with, the stuff back in the days, but we used to have a thing called the DAT, like the DAT player.
Mm-hmm.
That we used for, like, radio stations, use them. They use them in the studio when they trying to, take some stuff off, or we use them for our shows. And he was like, I just need that DAT, and I want to put it on reel to reel. I mean, not reel to reel. I need to put it on the thing, so prepare it. He said, y'all can bring that back. We will play it. So we didn't secure, because I no more wasn't paying for it, and we were in the process of getting everything situated. Mm. So we had to lie to Kevin, like, hey, Kevin, man, we need to do this, man. We need to do something, So we jumped in our cars, drove all the way to Kevin James' house. Kevin Jackson's house. And just make a long story short, we told Kevin something, because he wasn't going to let that go. So we actually told Kevin, he said, look, man, if you give us this tape, you would not regret it. And to make a long story short, we brought the tape back. Paco said, hey, man, it'll be on. Me and the extra riding down BWI Parkway on the way back home in his BMW. And all we heard was, this is a WPGC exclusive. And we heard, boop, 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 boop. This is To the Extreme, Cry No More. And I think everybody have this story. We jumped out the car. We church boys. We were shouting, screaming in the middle of the street. We lost our mind. And to make a long story short, it was number one for 14 weeks straight.
Wow.
And we went into a bidding war after that. We were doing shows without a record deal. So we did Juneteenth for Silk. People was tearing our clothes off, but we never had a deal. We wasn't signed to anybody, but we were doing big shows without a deal. And we finally signed with Gasoline Alley, smashed MCA Records, and the rest was history.
Man, Cry No More had us in the chokehold in the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Being that it was 32 years ago, if you go to YouTube, there's 5.2 million views, and that's just on one channel. Man, how does that feel to create something that long ago and see it still so prevalent today?
You know what, man? I tell all the new artists that I come across, if we had this tool that they have now, can you imagine how big Cry No More?
Oh, man.
I mean, I have over 5,000 followers. I have to create another page on Instagram and Facebook. I can monetize that type of stuff. It's amazing. We always getting tagged in different stuff from people. I think a young lady did something on us where she features songs and people are tagged. She got a huge following. She featured our song "Cry No More" in one of her things on YouTube. And we just honored and real that people still love To the Extreme, man. We honored and privileged, man, because nobody has to like me. And music has changed a lot. And for us to be still here, because a lot of people think that we were one-hit wonders. And you know what I tell them? Hey, we never went overseas. We did Arsenio Hall show. We were on the show. We were sitting in the band. We also did Soul Train. The first time we did Soul Train, the first year Don Cornelius was retired. after that.
Oh, wow.
So imagine doing Soul Train without Don Committee. That wasn't our story. We were able to do his last show.
You know what I tell people, Jermaine? Being a one-hit wonder is better than a no-hit wonder.
Hey, man, we had a hit.
But I also say they need to go listen to that first album because there was definitely more than one hit on there.
Yeah.
that Gap Band cover, man, look.
Outstanding?
Yes.
Yeah. And we love the Gap Band, Charlie Wilson, of course. Man, that's the reason why we did it. And, I mean, it's a lot of songs on Thinking About You. And it's a lot of great songs. Tell Me was supposed to be our next hit. And MCA screwed it up. Screwed it up royalty. Can I tell you about that?
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, was that because they were dissolving or did they just royally mess this one up?
No, I'm going to tell you what happened. So, we re-recorded Up on the Roof.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't want to do Up on the Roof. We didn't even like it. So, this is how it started. We were at an event in L.A. And all of the, some of the representatives from MCA was there. Get some people, those highline people, they drunk. Like, hey, man, they came up to us like, hey, man, y'all remind me of the Drifters. Man, y'all should do Up on the Roof. We were like, yeah, we don't even know what Up on the Roof is. We was like, okay, yeah, all right. We were still in the process of doing our album. And, you should do that song. Man, literally, maybe a week later, A.D. Washington and Ernie Singleton was letting us know, hey, they want y'all to remake Up on the Roof. And we was like, we don't even know what Up on the Roof sound like. It's like, well, they want to do it. They're going to push it to the pop chart, and they're going to make it big. We was like, So we went to the studio with a guy named Jeff Crummy, and he had a studio in his house. And we was like, look, we're going to mess this song up. We're going to mess it up. We're going to clap. We're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff. And we're going to mess it up. Because our manager was telling them, look, Tell Me is the next single. That was the next single. Tell Me had a I'll Make Love to You feel.
Yes.
If Tell Me would have came out, it would have been over. Because Up on the Roof was up there. I mean, it was battling with people like Silk and SWV. I mean, it was hot. So Tell Me would have came out next. This album would have went platinum instead of gold. Wow. So we recorded Up on the Roof, like they said. We said, we messed it up. Man, how they ain't gonna like it? Man, they said, we love it. What? We love it. We gonna drop it. We was like, no. We didn't. No, we love it. We love what y'all did. Y'all put a dice feel on it. We were clapping, ha, yeah. We just gonna go up there and Up on the Roof, and D.S. is talking and we playing. And they say we love it. We gonna push it. It screwed the album up.
Wow.
Up on the Roof didn't become popular until after the album was over. If they would have put Tell Me out, and those that have the first two Extreme albums, go listen to Tell Me. Matter of fact, a little small story. We saw Sean Stockton at Roscoe. And he was like, man, what's y'all doing? Y'all, how y'all doing? He's like, fine. He said, y'all album out? Yeah. So he was like, man, I want to check it out. So yes, I gave him a copy. Maybe a year later, I'll Make Love to You.
Sean Stockman is from Boys to Men, for people that don't know.
Yeah, Sean Stockman from Boys to Men. We ran into him at Roscoe, and I'll Make Love to You came out. Shout out to Babyface. I'm sure that it didn't come from it, but you know how people have vibes or whatever. Babyface wrote the song. I don't know if that was the case. I'm not going to say they stole our idea because Babyface had a whole nother idea, but it was on that vibe. And because it was on that vibe and Babyface gave them that, it just flew, and we were devastated.
Wow, man. Wow.